No. So yesterday we are seeing how to create a basic table. So drawbacks of tables created with predefined data type in table level. So whenever I create a table, so log on to your system, SC11, some table name I am giving, Z my employee, table 2. I am creating one more table, screen 1. Any table, the steps are same, whether SDMM, FI, whatever it is. In the first screen, we'll give some table name which is having customer namespace. The first character what we are using is called as customer namespace. We are using the customer namespace Z. So create second screen. In the second screen, we are giving the description, employee master tables, some meaningful description. Now if you see the tick mark means compulsory, you have to give it. Without giving it, you cannot proceed further. So delivery class. So for master tables and transaction tables, the delivery class should be A. As of now, I am not writing any program as of now because we don't know the programs. So as of now, I am taking here as allowed. Allow the user to do the data entry directly. Next, fields. Give your fields, whatever fields you want. I want the employee ID field, I want the name field, I want the country field, I want the city field, etc. So on, whatever fields you want, you can give city, phone number, etc. Now if you see here, I am selecting predefined data type. When I select predefined data type, this will be enabled. So SAP given data type, number, numeric, length 10, character, length 30, country, character, length 10. Now as of now, randomly I'm taking some values. So character, length 10, numeric, length 10. Like this, some properties we have taken. All these are predefined data types. Now what's the key field? This is the key field. So this is the third screen. This is the second screen, delivery maintenance. This is the third screen. Then technical settings. It will ask, shall I save this screen? Yes, save the screen. As of now, local object. I have not explained the package yet. So as of now, I'm storing it as a local object. And now give the data class. APPL0, master data APPL0, transaction data APPL1, settings APPL2. Then how much size you want, declare the size. As of now, I'm taking 0 only for everything. Save it. Activate the table. Table is ready. So this is what we have to do. So any table, this is the rule. So now once I created the table, I have to do the testing. So as per my requirement, I want EID, name, country, city, gender, phone, age, etc. Now I have offices only in India and USA as of today. So in the place of country, it should allow India, it should allow USA. Others it should not allow. In India, I have branches in Hyderabad, Bangalore. In USA, I have branches in Las Vegas, Virginia. It should only allow these 4 cities. So in this field, it should allow only these 2 countries. In this field, it should allow only these 4 cities. In the gender, it should allow male or female. In the age, all my employees' age should be between 21 to 60. So this should be age group it should allow. So if you see these fields, this field, now whatever I am marking in yellow, don't have any validations. Remaining fields want some validations. but I cannot put these validations anywhere. So if I use predefined data type, my system won't allow me to put any validations. So if I do the data entry, utilities, table contents, create entries, by mistake, if I do some changes, by mistake, if I do some changes, now, hold on, it is taking some time to generate the screen. Now, employee 1, name Srinivas, country ABC, city YYY. It is taking everything. Save. So this is the drawback. We cannot validate. First drawback. We cannot validate the fields. We cannot validate the fields, or we cannot put value restrictions to the field. Now your English, your wish, whatever, how you want to explain, you can explain. It won't allow me to enter any valid, it won't check the values. It will take any value you give. Everything is valid. So you have to do the data entry very carefully. If you do wrongly, it will save. It won't throw error. But if you see the forms, when you fill the forms in the real time on the screen, suppose if you have applied for any job, try to give some wrong city, it will throw error. Does not exist. Or go to IRCTC and source station, destination station, give a wrong source station, it will throw error. Source station does not exist. So my table also should give me, but it is not giving. So that is the first problem. Second problem, it won't allow me to create relations. So when we create multiple tables, we have to create primary foreign key relations between the tables, which is the master table, which is the transaction table. We have to give the relations. But when I try to give the relations with this, if you see here, this is the relation button, foreign key button. If I select the foreign key, it will throw error. We cannot use foreign keys with predefined data type. So second drawback, we cannot define relations. So it won't allow me to define the relations. So we cannot define relations. Primary foreign key relations. We cannot define primary foreign key relations. Third one, I gave you the drawback. Field labels. Field labels will be missing. Field labels will be missing. But I have not shown you this. So today is, we have to see this. So we'll see this drawback now. Field labels will be missing from the screens. Note. Please understand this carefully. In real time, if you take one server, if you take one SAP server, how many types of people will work? Say ICICI Bank. Employees will work. Employees. So every employee should have their own user ID. Every employee should have their own user ID. Now, in these employees, there will be some HR department, finance department, etc. Different departments, clerks, peons, etc. Many types of people will be there. Managers, etc. Next, customers. So customers also can log on. Now you are logging into your bank to do online transactions. So customers will log in. Now, whatever programs these employees or customers using, how it will come? So developers will be logging in. Now for these developers, the functional team will guide them. Functional team will give you the requirements. So functional team. Now who will set up the SAP system? Basis team. The basis team admin will set up the basis team, the setup connections, etc. So these many types of peoples will be working on the system. Now, what is the work of the developer? To create tables required for a client. Now, I have created the table required for the client. This is a table. For testing purpose, I am doing some data entry, but it's not a real data. The initial testing will be done by me. I have done the testing. Now, after I have done the testing, my functional team has to do the testing. Now, one functional guy is logging into SAP or end user acceptance testing, either functional team or the end user. So the HR is logging in. How to do the data entry into this table? They have to come to SC11. Then they have to give the table name. Then they should go in display mode. But instead of display mode, let's assume he is going in change mode. Then how to do the data entry? Utilities, table contents, create entries. He has to do the data entry like this. But instead of that, he is selecting, instead of doing it like this, he is selecting something, and he saw this plus symbol, minus symbol, and he is selecting something. He want to see what happens here. So he kept the cursor on some line and say delete. So what happened? From the table, one row got deleted. So once a row got deleted, the contents of that complete row will get deleted. So the functional team or the end users don't know what are all these settings, what we have to give. Only this is the developer's work. So in real time, note, SE11 transaction is only for developers. So SE11 transaction are given permissions for our developers only. Then how does end user will do the entry? When they don't have access to SC11, how they will come and maintain the entries like utilities, table contents, create entries? So note one more transaction. SM30 is used by end users and functional team for data entry. To do the data entry, end users and the functional team will do it. So what we have to do? So they will go to SM30. So I already told you, maintain all the transactions in one place. So a new transaction. Now what the end users will do? They will, instead of coming to SC11, they will go to /o, open a new window. So for one login, you can open 6 windows. Each window is called as sessions. For one login, you can open 6 sessions and work parallelly. So /o SM30. I'm going to SM30 and giving the name, and I'm saying maintain. So maintenance of table is done in SM30. What is meant by maintenance of table? Either to display or maintain. When I say maintain, creating, changing, deleting. Maintain means create a record, change a record, delete a record. Display is done in SM30. So I gave my table name and say maintain. It will throw error. Maintenance dialog is incomplete. So in SAP, dialog means screen. Maintenance screen is incomplete. So what SAP is saying? Boss, you have created a table. So using SC11, Using SC11, in the database, I created a table. This is my table. Now, using SC11, I can access this table directly as a developer. As a developer, I can access this table. But functional team and the end user, the functional team and the end users cannot access this table directly. So they requires a screen. They require a screen. Boss, the screen does not exist. Maintenance dialog, maintenance screen does not exist. So here there should be some screen with EID, name, city, phone number, and some save button, delete button, etc. Where is the screen? That's what SAP is asking. So here it's saying the maintenance dialog is not complete. So please create a screen. So here we have to use something called as TMG, table maintenance generator, is a tool which generates the maintenance screens. So table maintenance generator is a tool which generates a maintenance screens. To one of the senior, this was the interview question. Have you ever generated TMG? So come out, sir, you have not explained TMG, sir. So have not seen table maintenance generator? Yes, sir, we have seen table maintenance generator, sir, but you have not explained TMG. Observation, remember. T, M, G. The starting words with the starting letters, they will ask TMG. Table maintenance generator. So whenever the table is completed, whenever the table creation is completed, we have to generate a TMG. We have to generate a TMG. So now I am coming back to SC11. Change mode. I completed my table. I completed my table. So now I am saying utilities TMG. Utilities TMG. Your table should be active. Your table should be active, else it cannot generate. So that's the reason I'm specifying here explicitly. Once the table completion is creation is completed. So once I feel okay, my table is ready, then we will generate the screen. So what we have to do? Utilities TMG. Utilities table maintenance generator. So I'm selecting the table maintenance generator. So here it is asking something. So what we have to do? Utilities TMG. So first property, authorization group, authorization group. Who are the group of users authorized, nothing but permitted, to use this TMG? Or you can say who can maintain this table. Now whenever your basis team creates user IDs, they will create user IDs as groups. All the developers will belong to one group. All SD team creates one group. All MM team one group. So like example, ZDev, ZMM, ZSD groups. Here Suresh, Ramesh, Mahesh are working. These two belongs to one group. So whenever the basis team creates the user IDs, they will create a group. Now let's assume here Raj and Ram are there. In this group, Raj and Ram are there. So now if I give ZSD here, now I am telling that only Ram and Raj are authorized to maintain the entries. That means they can only do the data entry. Remaining people cannot do the data entry. So How do I know what groups are there? How do I know what groups are there? I am not a basis guy. So, note, this should be provided by the functional team or client. The client or the functional team has to tell me the group. If not provided, use ampersand NC ampersand. What does this mean? No authority check. No authority check. Don't do any check right now. I will do it later. That's what you are saying. So again, I already told you I am from a Telugu medium background student. So I don't know English fluently unless I came to the software industry and started doing the course. So initial days I struggled to speak English also. But right now all the clients etc are English. So you have to upgrade yourself. You can't say lifelong I don't know. So when I speak or when I write, there will be some grammar mistakes. This is not an English class to find the grammar mistakes or the spelling mistakes. So correct it yourself if there are some spelling mistakes. These days almost we are using chats. So we are typing shortcuts. So automatically we are forgetting spellings also. So ignore the spellings. When your girlfriend gives you a love letter, we should understand the feel of it. We should not find the grammar mistakes of it. So same thing. Here is an abap class. Understand what I am trying to explain, not the spelling mistakes. So now, if the client has not provided us, we will give ampersand NC ampersand. Don't do any check right now. I will do the check later. So the first property, authorization group. So ampersand NC ampersand. In real time also we use the same thing, ampersand NC ampersand. No authority check. Don't do any check right now. Next, function group. Function group. Second one, function group is like a folder which stores screens and its functions. Nothing but the code. When I select this button, what should I do? When I select this button, what should I do? When I select this button, what should I do? Third, so we'll create multiple buttons. So for each buttons, what code? That is called as functions. So I want a folder. Function group is like a folder which will store the screens and code. Now give some group name, any name. You can give any name you want. You can give any name you want, starting with customer namespace. So I can give as ZXXXXXX or whatever I want. But prefer to give same as table name. So prefer to give as same as table name. Preference. No sir, I won't give, your wish. So I am giving the same as table name. So I am creating the same folder. Example, you are storing some movie songs. New folder 1, new folder 2, new folder 3, like this 100 movie songs you stored. Now you want a particular movie, you have to search where it is. Instead of that, if you create the same movie name, folder names as movie names, easy to track. So tomorrow we can change these screens as per my requirement. Then I'll get confused. What is the program name for this? Instead of that, if you give the same name, you can easily remember. So now third one, maintenance screens. Maintenance screens. Maintenance screens. So here one step, two step. So we have two options, one step, two steps. Only one screen for everything. That means you are telling the SAP system, create only one screen. Create only one screen. In this screen only, I will do the data entry part as well as display part. both in the same screen, one step. Or you can create two step 1, step 2, two steps. So one screen is used for display, another screen is used for save. So do you want to create two screens or one screen? It is asking here. One step or two step, one screen or two screens. If you say one step, you have to give only one screen number. If you say two step, you have to give two screen numbers. It should be numbers. So you can select two step and give any number you want, two different numbers. I always prefer to give screen number 1, screen number 2. But there is no rule that you have to give 1 and 2. You can give your lucky numbers, but not the same numbers. So I'm telling SAP to create two screens now. One for doing the data entry, one for display. Now this create button over. It will create. So what we have to do? Come to the screen. Come to the screen. How to come to the screen? Once the table is active, utilities, TMG, table maintenance generator, ampersand NC ampersand, function group, two step, give some two screen numbers, any screen numbers. Say create. It will ask to save, it will ask multiple times to save. So 3 times it will ask to save it, save it, save it, save it. So 3 times this pop-up will come, 3 times. It has to create a program, it has to create a screen, it has to create a code. So it lasts multiple times, so create it. So now if you see SAP is generating the code for me. I need not write the code, SAP will generate the code. It will take some 4 to 5 minutes, let it generate. So whatever screens SAP is generating, on those screens, the field labels will be missing. So whatever screens SAP is generating, on those screens, field labels will be missing. Because of these three properties, we will never use predefined data type. Now, so one of your senior last week pinged me, sir, my system is taking a lot of time to generate this screen, sir. So I have 100 Mbps connection, sir. So okay, you might have taken 100 Mbps or 100 GB or whatever connection. Is that much speed is provided by your vendor? You have to check it. So when we tested the on drive, they are getting 10 Mbps speed. So what they in the ads they will give very high-fi, but reality is it's very different. So because the internet speed is very less, so all the programs are very slow for him. Actually, SAP's problem is SAP occupies lot of memory based programs. So it will always take less time. Now I am using my client server. My server is there in US. My client, US client. So in the morning, for them it's night. So no people from the US are working. So the network, etc., everything works very fast. But after 6 o'clock, once I log in, the system will become slow because they are also working, we are also working. How much memory SAP has? So when only one user is working, if you practice in the night time, 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock, no one will use the SAP server, lab server. Morning 4 o'clock, wake up and do the practice. No one will work on SAP server, 4 to 7. But after 7 batch starts, 7 to 8, people will start working. 8 to 9 people will start working. So till afternoon 2 o'clock, the server will respond slow because lot of people, all the batch people, what they will do after the class, they will work. So system will be slow in the afternoon, mornings 8 to 2. After 2, again the speed will increase for your lab server. Night time, if you work, it will be very fast because no one is working in the night time. Or wake up in the early morning and practice. So now see here, request completed without errors. Request completed without errors. That means SAP is saying, I have created the screens. Now tell your functional team, my table is ready, you can test it. So how they will test it? They will go to /o, open SM30, enter. So give the table name and say maintain. So this is one screen. So see here, plus, 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 plus. What is this plus? I don't know. I don't know this plus, 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 plus. So when I say new entries, record number 2, Raj. Now if you see here, all are of 10 length. Which is country, which is city, which is phone number? Now in the place of country, I am giving Hyderabad. In the place of city, I am giving in India. In the place of phone number, I am giving phone number only. Now once I click save, wrong data. In the place of country, city is going. In the place of city, country is going. I created the table, so I know. But how does the end user know? It will confuse them. Save it. Now come back. Come back. Now if you see here, 2 records. So it is showing you the data in one screen. It is showing you the data in one screen. New screen. Data entry, new screen. Save. Come back. Now, if I want to correct my data, I can correct it here. Raj. HYD, something. Whatever you want, I can. IND. Save. I can correct the data here. I can correct the data here. Or I can select the data and delete. I can delete the data. Save. Like this, I can do whatever I want. So this program should be generated. But on this program, if you see plus, 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 end users will get confused. Because of these reasons, we will never use predefined. Note. Note. Always use. Note. Always use data elements. Nothing but define your own data types. Define your own data types. So we'll always create the tables with data elements. So now we'll see what is data element. Data element are of 2 types. First one, elementary. Second one, reference. Reference is used in object oriented abap. As of now, without completing the normal abap, we cannot go with object oriented. So reference data types we'll be seeing later. When we are seeing object oriented, we'll see reference data type. So elementary data type, basic data types. Elementary, nothing but basic data types. So again here elementary is having 2 types. Predefined, domain. Predefined, domain. 2 things are there. Predefined data type and domain. Predefined data type or domain. So whenever we are creating a data element, we have two options: create a predefined, create a domain. So interview question: when to create data elements with predefined, when to create data elements with domain. Now if you see here, this is my requirement. The client gave me this requirement. So the client said, in my country, in my country, I want India and US. In my city, these are the valid cities. In my gender, these are the valid genders. Age should be these. Now, how many fields have validation? One field, two field, three fields, four fields has validations. Four fields has validations. One, two, three. Three fields have no validations. So wherever validations are required, we use domain. Whenever you want validations, we use domain. When we don't want, when no validations, when no validations are required. So SAP, toughest part is screen navigation. When you do anything for the first time, it will always be tough. It will always be tough first time. Now, olden days in the sense 15, 20 years back, all my classmates, I have nearly, in my section, I have nearly 30 students. All the 30 students' phone number, I know. I remember because we used to dial the number manually. At that time, touchscreen mobiles were not there 15 years back. So at that time, we have landlines and mobiles started coming. Now we used to dial the number. So if you dial the same number 10, 20 times, automatically you used to get by hearted. So we used to remember the things. But now if you ask, I have two numbers. If you ask my second number, I don't know that number. I have to see my mobile and tell. If you ask my mother's number, I don't know because I have to dial. I am not dialing. So people are forgetting. So the same thing happens here. Students has one habit. Freshers, mainly freshers. Freshers has one habit. For everything, sir, notes, sir, notes, sir. Programming is not theory. You have to remember things by practice. Practically, you have to remember. So when I'm explaining the class, and then let's assume for I have to convert this video and then send it. So when I upload, it is taking some time. Say by evening 3 o'clock or 4 o'clock, I'm uploading all the videos for all batches. Till that time, people are not practicing. Until I send the video, it's not practicing. Now last 3 days, Google is having some problem. If I'm uploading the video, immediately it is not playing. After 2 3 hours, it is started playing immediately. If you once you get the message, if you try to play it, it is throwing error, cannot play the video, cannot play the video. But after 3 4 hours, it is allowing you to play. I'm not sure why it is doing that. So this is what happening in the background. So till night 9 o'clock, you people are waiting, sir, I forgot the steps. Now you are going for a Bahubali movie, which is 3.5 hours. Part 1 3 hours, part 2 3 hours, with interval, snacks, breaks, etc. 3.5 hours. Now you are not taking any notes or books, but after 3 hours you are able to tell the story exactly. Forget about the story. You are telling the dialogues also. You started speaking that Kilkili language also. How? How can you do that? 3 hours of movie without taking any notes. You can remember the story for lifelong. What dress heroine wear, what dress hero wear, everything you can remember. Interest. If you have interest, you can remember things. If you don't have interest, you will forget. So make a habit of, whether you like it or not. Right now in the market, only jobs are there in the software. Maximum jobs are there. Out of 100 jobs coming in India, 90 jobs are software jobs. So that's the reason whether BTech, computer, civil, everyone is coming to software. So if you want a job, you have to learn some software. Now, if you are into software, you should remember things by practice, not by theory. So please make sure every day, immediately after the class, you have to open the SAP screen and practice. Now you should be in a position to create a table, because how many times from past 4 days I'm showing you how to create a table. So now without opening the notes, you should create a table or video. Without opening the video, you should create the table. That's called as practice. So now I am showing you data element. So come back. I'm coming out of this SC11. Now data types. I am creating my own data types. So data types, some name. Example I'm showing you. So I'm giving some dummy name. Create. So see here it is giving data element. When I click data element, elementary data type, reference data type, elementary data type, reference data type. So how many types of things? Elementary, reference. Now in elementary, again predefined domain. So in elementary, predefined domain. So what is there on the screens? The same thing I'm putting here. Just for reference for later, after say 1 year or 2 years, if you are forgetting, then for opening that we are giving, not for today's practice. You have to practice today's topic by listening. So observation, observe and listen. So here we have to give something, and we have to either create a domain or predefined. So now when to create predefined? Now if you see this table, whatever this yellow color are there, we don't want any validations. So there I can use predefined. Wherever validations are there, I have to use domain. So let's see this now. I'm coming out of it. Now I want this table. So how many fields are there? 7 fields are there. 7 fields are there. So I have to create 7 data elements. Data element, data element, data element, data element, data element, data element, data element. I have to create 7 data elements. Okay. So now out of 7 data elements, 3 are predefined. 3 are predefined. PD. Predefined. How to create? SC11 Z customer namespace. Followed by any name. Z7 B underscore my employee ID. Some name. For your batch, I am creating employee ID, so I gave 7B my EID, my employee ID. You can give your name, Z3 or Z Srikanth or something, but don't give very big names. So I'm creating some data element. Create. What is this? Data element. Select. Give some description. Employee ID. Now, do you now forget about reference for some time? We will use elementary. In elementary, shall I use predefined or domain? The question is, here we don't want any validation for this. So wherever there is no validation, predefined. And give the data type numeric, length 10. Numeric length 10. And come to the field labels. Third tab, field labels. Give some labels. These labels we will be using in the programs. So short label, I can call it as EID. When the screen is very small, let's assume you are watching it on your mobile. Now on your mobile, how much big screen will be there? If I display a big label, so we can't see many fields. So depending on the size of the screen, width of the screen, we can see short labels, medium labels, long labels, very long labels, short, medium, long. Okay, short label I'm calling as EID, EMP ID, employee ID, employee identification. Some labels like this I can give. Short label maximum 10 characters, maximum. Beyond 10 characters it cannot take. Medium label maximum 20 characters. Long maximum 40. Long maximum 40. Headings maximum 60. But in general we don't give that much big labels in general. So what I did, I came to the data type and chosen the data type. Come to the field labels, maintain the field labels. Save it, local object, activate it. Activate it. So it's active. It's active. Make sure it is active. Now I'm copying this name and putting it here. I will use it later. I have the habit of forgetting. So I'm putting it here. For employee ID, I created this. Now again observe how to create. So from the initial screen, SC11, data types, Z my name, create, data element, name, name. Now I don't want any validations for name. Predefined. How much length you want? I want character length 30. Field labels. Field labels. Name. Name. Or I can give it as e-name. E-name. Employee name. EMP name. Employee name. Employee name. Both can be same also. There is no rule that everything should be going longer. Can be same also. Activate. Save it. Activate. Done. So second one is ready. Z7B underscore my name. So I created one more data element. Come back. Z7B my phone PHN. Create data element phone. Phone. I don't want validation for phone. Predefined. Numeric length 10. Field labels. All can be same also. Phone. All can be same also. Activate. So I have created three data elements. Z7B underscore my PHN. Data elements with predefined. Now data elements with domain. Data elements with domain. Wherever validations are required, I want a domain. So now come back. See here, domain, some name, create, create, test domain, character, character, data type, character, length, length, values. What values? I want M for male. I want F for female. Over. Activate. So domain will be ready. So how to create a domain? Let's see once again. Z. So I want a domain for country. Z7B. Z7B underscore domain underscore country. D stands for domain or DO. Now there is no rule that you have to give like this, or you can give like this, my country, any name. Only compulsory is Z. Create. So I am creating a domain. Country. What data type? Character. How much length? Say 5. Value range. Value range. IND for India. USA. USA for United States of America. Whatever name. Save. So what are the valid values? India and USA. Activate. So I created a domain. So take the domain. I am putting it here. I created a domain. This is the domain. Once again, follow the navigation. Once again, follow the navigation. Come back. Give some name. Come to SC11. Give some name. My city. Create. City. What data type? What length? What length? Remaining properties we'll see later. As of now, we are seeing only the important properties. So character length 10. Value range. Value range. What values? HYD for Hyderabad. BANG. BANG for Bangalore. LV for Las Vegas. VG for Virginia. Now when you book IRCTC, they will give a code TPT. Now I red bus HYD for Hyderabad. So I'm giving shortcut. What is a full form? Shortcut full form. Activate. So domain is ready. Domain is ready. Second domain is ready. Second domain is ready. Now one more domain. Sorry, this is for city, right? This is for city. Now gender. Once again follow. SC11 my gend. Create. Gender. Character. Length 1. Length 1. Value range. M for male. F for female. Activate. Come back. So domain. Domain. Now age. Age. Z, my age. Create age, number, length 2. What values you want. Here I can give 21, 22, 23, 24, 25. Like this continuous ranges I can give. Or 21 to 60 limits. For numbers we can give limits. But for characters, we cannot say M to F, male to female, not possible. So for characters, fixed value. For numbers, intervals. So allow the interval 21 to 60. Activate. So I have activated it. So domains are ready. Domains are ready. Come back. So we have created a domain. Now for these domains, I have to create data elements. So again I am coming to data types. Now I am creating one more data element. Data types I am creating. Domain and data element can have same name, or you can have different names also. So I always prefer to create with the same name, but you can create with any other name also. So create data element, country. Now we should not use predefined. We should copy the domain what we created and click enter. So see here the values came from the domain. Come to the field labels. Maintain the field labels. Don't forget to maintain the field labels. Activate. So whenever you are learning anything, you should have some patience. We cannot complete things on one day. This is the data element I created. Now one more data element. For city. Create data element, city. I have to use domain. Field labels. All field labels can be same also. So city, or you can give e-city, emp city, employee city. You can give different also. Activate. So city field data element is ready. Similarly, gender field also I have to create. Come back. Gender. Create data element. So in that I have to use this one, domain. Field labels, gender. Activate. And the last one, age. Come back. Age. Create data element, domain, age. Give the labels. Now I'm not giving the labels. Wantedly I'm not giving the labels. Activate. What happens? It will give some information message. Boss, you have not given field labels. But I'm ignoring it. Ignore. So I didn't give the labels. What happens? So it won't throw any errors. It will create without labels. Now on the screen, you won't get the labels. That's it. So my data elements are ready. Domains are ready. Now go to database table. Create the table. Employee table 3. Employee table 3. create employee master table, delivery class A, display maintenance allowed, fields, fields, which employee ID, what name, what country, what city, what city, what age, what what phone number, or what gender, what's the phone number. Now take the first data element, give it here. Take the second data element, give it here. Take the third data element, give it here. Fourth data element, fifth one, sorry, fifth one is gender, right? Gender, age, age, phone number, phone number, what we created, this one we created. So see here, all the values got automatically populated. These values are from data element. Now key field, technical settings. APPL 0, size category 0, save it, come back, activate it, activate it. So once it is active, we have to do the testing. So do the testing. Utilities, table contents, create entries, create entries. Employee ID 1, Srinivas, country XXXX, city YYYY, age 3, age 3, gender A, phone number something. I am clicking save. So it is highlighting the country. Enter a valid value. What valid values are there? If you select this bubble, you will get the valid values. India, USA. Now whichever you want, you can select. Now again I click save. City. Enter a valid value. So select what is a valid value. Hyderabad. Save. Enter a valid value. Age. What valid values? So the limit 21 to 60. Put the age. Gender. Gender. When I click save, enter a valid value. What are the valid values? Male or female. So if I am doing wrong also, it is giving an error message. If everything is correct, it will save. So once the table is ready, I can test it here, but end user cannot do the data entry here. So what we have to do, utilities, TMG, table maintenance generator, ampersand, NC, ampersand. Don't do any check right now. Create this folder. In this folder, put the code. Create two screens. One screen for data entry, one screen for display. Create. Save it, save it, save it. So it will generate. So it's 30% completed. %60 completed. Done. Now ask your functional team to test. How they will do the testing? /o SM30. They will do the testing in SM30, and users will do the testing in SM30. They will give the table name and say maintain. Enter. So when I say new entries, so see here I'm getting the labels. But for this one I'm not getting. For age I'm not getting. Because for age I have not maintained the labels. So validations are possible. Employee to name Raja, country, which country, India, city, which city, Hyderabad, age, whatever is the age, gender, male, phone number. So now there is a chance of no chance of doing a mistake. Save it. Finished. So wherever you want validations, we have to use a domain. Wherever you don't want validations, you have to use data element. Today's class is data element and domain. There are some drawbacks of data elements and domains that we will be seeing tomorrow. There are some drawbacks of data elements and domains which we'll be seeing it tomorrow. So tomorrow we have a class. Any doubts? Any doubts? Still I see many people have not even started logging into SAP. So after tomorrow or Monday, if you once you see, there will be lot of topics. After that, you don't complain, me sir, I'm not able to understand. So are you seeing for auspicious day for starting practice? Today is a very good auspicious day. Today you have to. Any doubts?
Yes, sir, you're right.
Okay, that's it for me for today. Catch you tomorrow. Tomorrow again
Can we
at,
change the label name, sir?
pardon me?
Can we change the label name, sir? Because we didn't
Yes, we
use
can.
that
Once we
name.
created, if the client say no, no, change the label, we can go to the data element, go to the field labels and change whatever you want and regenerate the program once again. So how to do the changes we'll be seeing tomorrow. Just today we have introduced, so we are only creating. From tomorrow day, from next week onwards, we will do the changes also. So once created, we can do the
Okay.
changes. Now the client asked, I want my employee ID of 15 length. Now you can go to this table, EID table, and change the length. So all the properties can be changed. But after we do the changes, we have to do some adjustments. What are those adjustments? I have not explained. That will be the next week. Okay.
Okay.
Catch you on.
Because
Yes.
Sir, for the
actually we didn't.
One by one. One by one. Yes, Mayuri.
sir, for the server, whom to contact?
Sarath. So to whom you are
Okay,
contacting for the course fees, everything, he will provide you the link and the user ID.
Okay, sir.
Next, someone is asking some doubt. Harsha?
No, sir. Actually, we didn't mention age in field, no, sir. So that we can change directly like this, right, sir?
Yes. So we can change the values also. That means we can go to domain. We can go to that, double click. It will take you to data element. Double click. It will take you to domain. You can change the values also. What way? You can add some values. You can delete some values in the future also. So wherever you want restrictions, you can add restrictions, as well as the whatever labels you want, you can add the labels, and these labels will come on the screen. So once you start doing, more doubts will come. Tomorrow you'll see again data element domain only, but with some extra features. So once everything is done, utilities, TMG, generate the program. But first the table should be ready. At least if you create the table today, tomorrow you can see the TMG. So that's it for me for today. Catch you tomorrow. So one more batch is waiting for me. Thank you. So Saturday is not a holiday. We have a class tomorrow.